Ladies and gentlemen, this is VTOL VR. Check it out. Now, even though I'm recording this wide, it's not tall. My field of view is huge compared to this recording, so I want you to know that. But this is VTOL. This is the AV-42C. It's a fictitious aircraft. However, in this game, it's actually not a game. It's more of a simulator because literally it took me an hour to figure out how to even power this thing up. All right. And I'm going to demonstrate here in a little bit, but it's pretty darn cool. It's only on Steam, it's only like a 2.5 gigabyte download, which is amazing considering. By the way, I'm recording this in the headset. So this is a PC VR game. My PC is doing its thing. And but I'm recording in the headset. And as you can see, tap, tap, tap. The audio should be synced. I'm hoping. But we're going to find out. Anyway, let me make sure I can reach everything here. All right. Flaps. Yep. So before you can do anything, you got to turn the batteries on. All right. But here's the cool thing. I'm seated in a chair that has arms. So I want to make sure I'm comfortable, right? And you can, let me put this on auto. You can literally adjust this thing up, down, wherever you want to where you're comfortable. So that feels pretty good right there. All right. Same thing with the throttle. Since I have arms on this chair, if the throttle's too low, the arm of my chair blocks the sensors on the Quest, and I lose tracking. So I adjusted this. It's over here on these buttons, and got that. So it's not being blocked. So I'm comfortable. Everything's good. Now again, before you can do anything, let's see, where do I want to go with this video? Basically, I'm just going to show you how awesome this thing is. And like I said, thank God there's some training videos online because it took me like a freaking hour playing around until I decided to watch some videos on how to even power this thing up, how to get the engine started, and how to fly it. So just so you know, I've flown a lot of simulators before. I've flown in real aircraft before. I've flown real aircraft before with a lot of instructors. So I've got more experience than a newbie coming in because I'm going to tell you, you're going to crash if you've never flown anything before and don't understand flight controls. So I suggest you search YouTube for VTOL VR training just to see how things work. Anyway, so we got to power this thing up just like a real airplane. So we got the batteries on. We're going to go over here and I'm going to turn on the APU. Okay. Wait for the APU to spin up. Get some power going here. Okay. Then we're going to fire up the engines. Okay, they're going to jump up in RPM until they fire up and get spinning. Then they'll drop down to idle. We can close those covers so we don't accidentally kill the engine. We can shut down the APU. Cover it. All right, battery's on. Our brake lock is on. So let's start turning stuff on. And we want fuel. And over here we want radar. Okay. Let's turn on our HUD. Let's turn on our HMCS. And let's start turning on our color multifunction displays. Now each of these can do a different thing. I'm not even going to go into that. All right. But what I like to do is I like nav over here. All right. I like the targeting computer, which I must power up the pod. And I want my equipment, what I'm armed with, so I can see everything, right? So I got flaps, got gear, throttle, stick. Now another thing is this is a VTOL, vertical takeoff. I have not tried that yet or learned how to do that. Right now the engines are at 90-degree tilt. So what we have to do is we have to so we can fly like a regular airplane. All right, so a bobblehead. let's get this thing. If I got everything set, everything on, everything good. All right. I think I'm ready. So we're going to turn off brake lock. Okay. We're going to taxi out. Now, by the way, the rudder, if you look down at my feet, you turn the joystick to yaw. All right. And on the ground, that steers you around. See my rudder pedals? So now one thing weird here. Let me brake a minute here. Turn on the brake lock. So the Oculus controllers, they're in my hands right now, so obviously I'm moving them around. So when you're flying, I'm going to 3D print a HOTUS mount for the right Quest controller, because even though my arm's on the arm of my chair and I can steer, I have a tendency from other games and whatnot to lift the controller. So once I've grabbed this with the grab button, I'm lifting the controller. See the joystick wording going up and down? And I tend to get off base. So it would be nice if on the arm of my chair I had something to stick the controller in that was gimbaled. And that way it would act more like a joystick on a simulator, right? So I want to do that. So that's a little weird. You got to get used to not lifting your hand up, you know, and moving it all around like this to fly. So just word of warning, try to bury your hand on your knee or the arm of your chair or whatever. And again, you can adjust all this to get comfortable. All right, so let me turn the brake off. Let's fly. Throttle down. You want to be careful going too fast. By the way, you hit the brake over here like this. Trigger. I'm not going to teach you how to fly this. There's a lot of videos teach you how to do it. I'm just going to show you how freaking awesome this thing is. I mean, for a 2.5 gigabyte download, the amount of stuff that went into this. Turn the brake on again. A prime example. I look back and there's a hatch back there. Watch this. Because there's going to be missions where you drop off troops. I mean, this is not just a flight simulator where you fly around. It's a multiplayer experience. You can do it single or multiplayer. I'm doing it single. I'm doing just a free flight right now. But you can have wingmen, and the game has, the simulation, I should say, has missions. It has air-to-ground missions, air-to-air missions, drop-off troops types of missions, all kinds of missions. It's customizable, so people make their own missions. And, let me turn on the nav light, strobe. Nav, all right, just to be it official. Internal lights, it's not nighttime. By the way, I've got a visual. Why can't I reach that? I'm hitting my desk. See, that's the problem. You also need to have plenty of room to reach stuff. So let me reset my position here. There we go. I can drop down a visor, and it's got a heads-up display, so when I turn my head, see that? And it's got night vision, so when you're doing night maneuvers, now it's daylight, so it's all washed out. And we're not going to use the visor for now. Let me get back into position here. Yep. See, I'm in my computer desk. Let me reset. There we go. A little forward. Oh, too far forward. All right, I think no. Pardon me there, folks. Nope. That's going to be good enough. Nope, can't reach the flaps. I shouldn't have messed with it while recording. See, can I reach the flaps? Yep. Gear, yep. Everything over here, yep. Throttle, yep. So brake lock on, power up, in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, ain't got no flaps. Put flaps down at 1. Whoa. Rotate. All right, like I said, I've flown before. I've flown a lot of simulators. Flaps up,
Landing gear.
gear up. Let's go buzz the carrier. 300 knots, looking good. Like I said, I've flown simulators before. Trust me, if you've never flown anything, this is not a game. This is not, you know, easy peasy. All right, buzz the carrier, a little less throttle. .371 knots. Not quite in the best position with my joystick.
Altitude.
Seem to be a little bit off.
Altitude.
Yeah, turn off master caution.
Altitude.
I don't want to hear it because we're buzzing the carrier. So cool. So cool. Check it out. Buzzing the carrier. Yeah, baby. All right. As far as landing, a little more throttle. As far as landing, I've tried about 10 times now. Crashed most. I've been able to do it a couple of times. Not very nice. We're going to see what we can do this time. Circle around. Return to base waypoint. We could be doing some of that. There's all kinds of stuff. Just learning all this. Waypoints, the GPS, setting waypoints where the heads-up display shows you your track, where you want to go. It's just crazy. I'm serious, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, 328 knots. We're gonna come around, get lined up for the runway. See if we can land this pig. Everything looking good. Catalina Island out there. Slow this thing down. Coming in way too hot. Stall on this is, I think, 140 or 160. Bring flaps down a notch. Get the gear down. One time I landed, I forgot to put the gear down. And the thing's yelling. I turned off the master caution, so the thing's yelling at me. All right, throttle down. Some more. More flap. Oop, not lined up. Little throttle. Isn't too much altitude now. Coming in hot. Darn it. Telling you, man, this ain't easy. Oh. Crashed it. Didn't make the runway. Unbelievable. Darn it. I was hoping to do it. Restart mission. Let's try it again. Was all over the place. All right, let me get properly centered here. Reset my position. There we go. There we go. All right, gear down. Nope, still not good. Can't reach the flaps. Can I reach this stuff? All right, battery on. APU on. Try this one more time. Can I reach the flaps? All right, I gotta get recentered here. Nope. There we go. Guess this is the only way I can do it. Too tight on my desk. You got to have a lot of room, guys, around you to reach all this stuff. See, I can't reach that now.
Right engine failure.
Oh.
Right engine failure.
Oh, I didn't wait for the APU.
Failure. Right engine failure. Right engine failure. Right engine failure.
All right, I got it.
Right engine failure. Right engine failure.
Man, I'm having all kinds of trouble here.
Right engine failure.
Turn on the APU
right
again.
Engine failure.
I didn't wait for the APU to get up.
Right engine
RPM.
failure. Right engine failure.
I told you, man, this is
Right
a
engine
simulator.
failure. Right engine failure. Right engine failure.
All right.
Right engine
Got
failure.
it. APU's up. Let's try it again. Flip switch is too fast. Okay, well, it comes down to idle. There we go. Now we can turn the APU off. I'm not going to mess with that. Can I reach the flaps? Yes, I can. So we'll just drop the flaps one, get ready for takeoff. Nope. Trying to get recentered here. There we go. Okay, can I reach the brakes? Master brakes, yep. On. Alright, let's start turning stuff on again. This we want. Fuel. Radar. Let's turn on our displays. Let's arm our stuff. Although you're not supposed to do that on the ground, I'm told. So, here we want equipment. And here we want targeting. Alright, turn that on, and nav. Alright, let's try this again. Brakes off. Oh, we got a... Oh, I didn't turn on the HUD. Such a mess. Rotate the engines. Alright, I think I got it this time. Let's try this again. Like I said, man. Okay, we're just gonna hot dog it here. Flaps down. Full throttle. $150, $60, there we go, rotate. Okay, flaps up.
Landing gear.
Landing gear up. Knots. Buzz the carrier again. Yeah, we didn't turn on our navs. Let's turn that stuff on. Heading. Alt. There we go. It'll hold it for me as we buzz the carrier. Now the minute I grab the stick, move it at all, it'll turn off the autopilot.
Autopilot disengaged.
See? There we go.
Autopilot disengaged.
Buzz the carrier. Woohoo! Alright, let's land this bitch. This time I'm gonna do it, dang it. I love this thing. This simulator is. Look at the wake behind the carrier. Of course, I'm not doing the downwind, base leg, final approach thing. That's all right. We built this city. We built this city. There's the city over there. You can buzz it, bomb it, all kinds of stuff. All right, come on, let's get lined up a little better this time. Flaps down, nose down, because the flaps. Still not straight on it. I have to make a course correction here.
Altitude.
Gear down.
Altitude.
Shut up. Ooh. Come on, baby. We're going to do it this time. Should have lined up better. Short on the runway. Well, guys, as you see, it's not that simple. I have landed this sucker before. I'll get better. It's just a matter of practice. Turn the batteries off. Anyway, I could restart and video more, but as you see, I thubbed that landing. Dang it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this thing's very cool, very fun. Highly recommend it. I think it's 24 bucks on Steam. Again, you can do all kinds of stuff. You got to learn all the targeting systems and be able to shoot your weapons. Everything. It's just amazing. I really, and by the way, the clarity on this is really cool. It's very cool. So I highly recommend it. Again, it's VTOL VR. You all have a good one.